breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Anime is really depressing, like extremely depressing. You'll go from watching people fall in love and get married to then immediately seeing one of them die a horrific death. Fun! And that's why I'm never watching Attack on Titan. But ignoring that, yeah, anime has some of the most heartbreaking moments in media. If you thought the start of Up was a heartbreak, then you have another thing coming. Films like When the Wind Rises, Ride Your Wave, and Your Name have all made me cry. They are, they pierce your heart and really twist the knife in there. Quite honestly, it hurts. But enough about sad anime movies. Today, we're gonna talk about sad anime shows. I don't have a life. I need help. But specifically, I want to talk about a somewhat recent show that came out, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And no, I'm not talking about that god-awful video game. I'm talking about the Netflix show. And for those of you who haven't watched it, I'll give a quick rundown of it, but spoilers, you should really watch it, it's a great show. Cyberpunk Edgerunners follows David as he becomes an edgerunner. He goes on cool, action-packed adventures and forms friends with other criminals to fight an evil corporation. Seems pretty generic, right? Well, that's the interesting thing about the show. It takes such a simple concept and elevates it. That's one of the reasons why it's incredible. It takes what seems like an otherwise uninspired plot and pumps it full of love and expression. The show itself, while simple, is really good in the way it executes its ideas and themes. Throughout the show, David starts as a normal human, and he falls in love with a girl named Lucy, one of the criminals in his gang. Throughout the show, David slowly becomes a cyborg. It's another plot point, don't worry about it, not important to the video. And him and Lucy end up becoming a couple. It's heartwarming and we see them fall in love even though David slowly loses his humanity. And it doesn't end there, we see more of their love in the show. And no scene quite shows this better than the last one in the show. But not for the moment you might think, and not for the reasons you may also be thinking. In the end of the show, David has died, and Lucy finally makes it to the moon. Throughout the show, she's talked about how she's always wanted to visit the moon. It's an escape for her. It's a chance to start new. And once she fell in love with David, she didn't want to go to the moon anymore. She wanted to go to the moon with him. Her dream changed. But after a lot of stuff goes down, Lucy and David are separated, with David sacrificing his life to save Lucy. And at the end of the show, after everything is said and done, Lucy arrives on the moon, looking at Earth, and she remembers David. Not as the cyborg monster he was in the finale and end of the show, but as the cute kid she met him as, a normal boy. Lucy remembers David as the person she met, the person she fell in love with, the person that died for her. The reason this works so well is that Lucy's dream was something David wanted her to accomplish, and he gives his life for her to get it. But he doesn't realize that her dream was not for her to go alone, but for them to go there together. She didn't make it with him. She didn't make her dream. And you kind of smile at first because it's like, oh, she made it to the moon. And then you realize everything, and yeah, it's a bit bittersweet. It's kind of depressing. Look, anime can be great. Dr. Stone is full of cool science and Coca-Cola, Parasite has neat action and alien stuff, and everything Ghibli makes is amazing. No, not you, Urg. We're not talking about you. Get out of here, Urg. Get out! But still, anime is amazing. But at the end of the day, a lot of times it's often depressing. And yeah, there's a lot of live action movies and Western animation that's also depressing, but anime specifically has always just been more depressing in the way it presents itself. Lots of it comes out as heartbreaking, sad, bittersweet almost. And Cyberpunk Edgerunners is no exception. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye!